Good evening, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well in this new year. I cannot believe it is 2024. It is, yeah. Um, I am
Quick,
PB. Oh,
someone
go ahead.
before introductions. Digital Route of 2024. Let's go.
Oh, that would be 8. That's an
Okay,
easy
gonna
one.
say
cool.
it's just 8, right?
It's just eight. That was a test. Go back to
The year,
introductions.
it's the year of Lotus, baby. Um, all right, yeah. So I'm PB. You can catch me on Gahooligans, a show on the Moonshot Network that is currently kind of on break just because life is hard. Uh, but I'm joined by Mac
Hi, I'm Mac. I do streams. That's what I do here.
and Jacqueline.
Unwise girls and that teen house party. She, her. That's me.
hmm Uh, and I think you can also catch all of us at times and places on Champs in the Making, our Pokemon bracket podcast.
I'm only on the live episode, and one of these days I'm gonna just show up on a regular episode and just absolutely wreak havoc.
hmm hmm I believe episode 100 is coming out pretty soon.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and I know they're doing something special for it. I don't know whether that's been announced, so I won't spoil it.
Yes.
Oh, right. Anyway, it's been like a month since we played 999. At least it feels like it's been a month. I don't think it's actually been a month. It just feels that way.
It's been 2 weeks.
2 weeks can be a month. Oh, oops. We don't want to start. We want to continue. Okay. Okay, come on. Here we go. All right. Yes, we were in the cargo room. All right. So if anyone doesn't know what 999 is about, let's see. Mac, as our resident person who hasn't played this full game before, what's 999 about?
We got trapped on a boat, and we have to solve puzzles in order to escape. If we don't solve all the puzzles in 9 hours, we die.
hmm
The
And
ship is actively sinking.
no, it was sinking for a little bit and then it stopped.
Did it? Did it
I think
actually?
so. Oh, I don't know. The water levels haven't risen. I'm sure it's fine.
Are you sure about that? I'm not.
We'll have to see. Um, it's fucked up on the boat.
Yeah, it's fucked
Fucked
up
up
on the
and
boat.
true.
We keep having to split the party to go through different numbered doors. Let's see. We're down 2 people because Snake is dead and the ninth man died right at the start.
Yeah.
And Snake
the ninth
disappeared,
man
and then
been
eventually
dead.
we discovered his body behind door number 3. And those are the 2 deaths that we have seen so far. So we still have 7 living people on the boat.
Yeah. As far as we know, some other stuff could have happened while we were in here.
I
That's
mean, Zero's
true.
on the boat too. So I guess that would put us at 8 people. You know, we can just prove that there's a 10th person on this boat. Then all of a sudden we don't have to accept any despair. Anyway, we had just solved like a big boiler room puzzle. And let's see, right now we have with us ourselves, Junpei, our childhood best friend Akane, who's right now pretty sick. She keeps getting fevers. We've got
He's
Santa,
not feeling too hot.
who is a cool dude, and Seven, who is a bigger, older, larger cool dude.
What I was gonna say was, wait, no, we have Ace.
Oh, wait, we do have Ace, not Seven. Never mind.
Ace and
I had that
Santa.
backward. Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that Ace is a cool dude, and Santa is a dude who is trying real hard to be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree that Ace is a cool dude. I feel like Ace is also trying too hard to fit in and then completely failing. So not actually trying that hard.
I think he's pretty effortless about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
hmm
I
feel
will
like-
also say, I just remembered, we did get just like a sudden Santa lore dump last time.
Yes.
Like right
Oh,
at
yeah,
the end of
'cause-
the night. And it was like, what?
It was very sad sibling stuff. Where his sister died.
Which is me right in the heart.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we learned from Santa that he'd promised to always protect his sister, and then she died. Because it had always just been the two of them for some reason. Neglectful parents, that would be the reason. Alright. Or dead parents, you don't know. Let's see. Who was doing which voices? Anyone remember? Or anyone have dibs?
I was doing Junpei.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Kane, and I was doing Santa while Akane was like sick. But if she's back in this, then I will gladly hand back over Santa or continue doing him. I have no preferences.
Well, I'm still on narration duty, so I would like just one voice, but it sounds like I can take Ace and leave Santa between the two of you.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Alright, hold on. Well, actually, my Junpei voice is just my voice, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Is this a warehouse?
Junpei's really easy to voice because he's just like a normal guy.
He's just some guy.
No, I believe this is a cargo room. This must be where they store all the vessel's freight.
Wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, taking in to their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance.
Well, now we have to decide who's going to take Santa.
You can be Santa.
Okay. Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
Yeah, they're just immediately in it again.
Let's go. Seek a way out.
Seek a way out.
Seek a gay trout.
Alright, we are in a cargo room. At least we can't get as lost in here. Alright. As always, happy to take advice or suggestions from chat on what we should do, if I've forgotten to click on anything. Please, let's knock this out together. Let's make this a team effort.
Team effort.
Ooh.
There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them.
A card with a headshot.
I know
Look
that
at that.
guy.
Is that?
It's Ninth Man.
I was gonna say, rip to the ninth man, we hardly knew ya.
Card with the Ninth Man's face printed on it. Oh, I thought we were gonna have something smarmy to say about him, but we didn't. What is that?
It's a card. It has a headshot on it.
A headshot? Is that what you kids call 360 no-scopes nowadays?
Yeah. I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve. But we have it now, so...
We have it.
Cool, I guess.
Metal boxes on the other side of the fence. Well, let's look in this sack, too. Hey, look at that.
And I know that guy.
I know that guy. Just no words from Santa about it.
Big crate. Crate tied. Thanks, Ace.
That's exactly what he said. You're right.
He's trying to be efficient with language, okay?
There are 3 crates here, stacked up like stairs.
Oh, so I guess we don't have to climb the fence then. If we climb up there, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, think you could go take a look at that? Why don't you do it, asshole? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've, got a bad feeling about it. Sound more convincing. Hold on a second. I can make this land. Pussy. Jesus Christ, what a localization. Okay, fine. I'll go.
Please be careful, Santa.
Yeah. But just in case.
What's he doing with that screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at the fence is going to.
Holy shit! Eh.
Oh,
There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it.
then we can't get to the other side.
Well, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back.
Alright.
Also, I know there is a lot of Junpei dialogue, so if you do want me to take Santa back at any point, just let me know.
I might ask you to.
Yeah, totally, I can. What are you doing, Jumpy?
Sorry, I'm pretty sure this is just we aren't ready to climb that yet.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I clicked on the same thing again. Just because you never quite know whether you're going to click on the same thing or something else that's right next to it, you know?
Of
Yeah.
course, of course.
You also get new dialogue, so like...
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's fun to see.
More sacks. Poor dead snake.
Oh, Snake.
Rest in Python. Because he's a snake.
And Clover before she got traumatized. I don't know what's in these barrels. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. Anyway, that's not worth investigating.
I guess not.
There's our boy 7. We've searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them.
So, we're gonna have to do some fucking digital routes, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's us!
That's us. And I was gonna say, if June's not in the crate with us, then what's the fucking point?
What's the point?
It's visual, it's symbolism.
Because
Even more liquid.
We're together.
Oh, well, we got numbers.
Yeah, we have numbered people. We don't have all 9 people, though.
Yeah, so... It's locked. We need the key. Or perhaps 9 of them?
All the boxes have numbers on them, do they? Oh, there are 9 of them. Ace bent down and picked something up that had been sitting next to the box.
Cards. There we go. I think that's all of them.
How many cards do we have right now?
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, we do, because we have Ace. He's just hiding now, right?
I didn't think we had an Ace card.
I thought we picked up Ace's card. Okay, maybe I missed it. I guess we need to get all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get all of them before we can do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see where... Oh. No, nothing in that bag. But we haven't gone up these stairs.
These stairs, they go up 3 stories. Damn.
What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going.
Oh, I thought we were going to get...
This is the only door here, except for the one you came in through.
Then this is the exit.
No shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked.
Always is. Is it an electronic lock?
No, just a keyhole right under the doorknob.
So to open this door, we've got to find the key that fits the keyhole.
Yeah.
That was an unintuitive arrow. Monitor is turned off.
Got a green switch here and a red one and some kind of lever. None of them seem to do anything though.
Maybe the power's off?
Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though.
That means...
Several lights here with number 1 to 9. Only the light with 9 on it is lit.
Huh.
Looks like some kind of little shutter. Maybe
Santa,
it'll
you
open.
need to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm just I got real tired doing my info dump earlier. You know, maybe it'll open if
Yeah.
we do something.
What's gonna come out of it if it does open?
Yeah, like I know that.
Alright.
Well, there's 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable.
Jacks, huh? Maybe if we put something in them...
Yeah, something might happen.
Alright, we don't have anything. We're just missing 1 card right now.
See, this is the peril of writing into the future, is that you'll write something like a character saying, oh, it looks like a jack for a headphone cable. When a year from now, not a single phone on Earth will have a headphone jack anymore.
God.
My phone still has a headphone jack. I'm very proud of that fact.
You're one of the lucky few.
So does mine, actually.
It also has a really dumb curved edges of its screen, so you can't ever touch stuff on the edge of the screen. It's a
my
terrible design decision, actually. It's supposed to make the screen bigger, and it's just bad.
I was so sad to lose my phone that had the headphone jack, not upgrading to one that, it's tragic. Anyway, we have Ace.
Yeah, we have
Really
Ace.
have Ace.
So now we can put all of these cards in. Nice and easy.
Now we finally have all 9 picture cards. We just need to insert these cards into the slots at the front of each box.
Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder, backseat gaming. You do know which card goes in which box, right?
Yes, I do. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Hi there, Sarah.
Yeah, of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers. Then you pop the corresponding card in the right box. So, for instance, the card with the picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and so on.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, completely obvious.
Oh.
Completely normal. Easy puzzle.
The easiest puzzle in the entire fucking game. Huh? What is it?
Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. Just then. Junpei heard a noise. Good evening, Night O'Neills. We are in the middle of a cargo room escape, where we just found headshots of everybody. Basically, baseball cards of all the players.
And June has collapsed again. God bless.
Yep. She sure does like to pass out.
Baby girl, are you good? I know the answer is no.
Yeah, she's not okay.
Hey, June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei sputtered back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry. I gotta go check on her. You finish the box thing, all right?
Oh yeah, sure, easy. Yeah, it's a fucking easy puzzle.
Just put the cards in the boxes.
Yeah, I know. I'm not stupid, dude. You're the one who struggled on puzzles all day. I've just kind of hung back.
Ace
I can do
wasn't
this.
listening. I'm counting on you.
Hey, nice one. He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off towards June.
Are you all right? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran.
You stand?
As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now's not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead.
Oh.
You're still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time he had checked. She wasn't hot, like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Deus ex machina.
Waka
Junpei would have
waka.
been more than willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that. I think she's probably still a little messed up.
Yeah, June likes the idea of being, she's a little messed up. She's a little fucked up, man. Everyone thinks she's just this cute little girl. June was doing her best to busy herself, brushing dust off her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed, and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. Still.
All right, let's get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. It dies. I just need a little medicine, some sleep, and I'll be fine. Also, I didn't actually die. Medicine, huh?
Yeah. Hey, June, do you have health insurance? Is that why you don't want to go to the hospital?
Oh, God.
It's okay. You can tell us if you don't. It's fine.
Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy. Hey, you don't have health insurance? You just need to get on that grind set.
Yeah,
Ace. Why? Or no, but that's not June. Sorry. Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
What?
Cradle Pharmaceutical is the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparel.
Hey, wait, isn't that the thing that Ace stuck himself with earlier?
Sure is.
Damn! So he just carries that shit on him, huh?
He's like a peddler who's like, you want some of my wares?
Except his wares are just like knockout trucks. Junpei couldn't help but shake the feeling that he'd heard of Soparil before. Santa prattled on.
Soparil. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature, a lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces.
Oh, I see. Wonderful, wonderful.
The pieces are clicking together.
It was an effective crowd suppressant and a room clearer.
I don't like the pieces that are being put down, but
No.
they are clicking together in my head.
It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug. It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots.
Digital roots?
Whoa. Became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals' stock did too.
Yeah, there's nothing more ethical than a state knocking out civilians protesting with
I
a
know,
gas
right?
that is definitely a perfectly safe anesthetic and you could possibly overdose on and never wake up again or anything.
Why do you know all this?
Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei was also suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple. Trying to think of a good joke here. Yeah, man, don't you listen to Joe Rogan? He did an episode like a year ago.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
I don't think Santa is a Joe Rogan guy. Santa's like a Pod Save America guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Santa didn't watch Joe Rogan, but he watched someone dissect the Joe Rogan interview.
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second glass room. Remember how Snake 7 and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Would we all still be, like, really secretive then? You know, all
You
having
know-
code names and stuff?
Are you worried about something?
Like, a little bit. No, nothing.
Junpei looked over at Ace. This puzzle just bested me. He was having difficulty with the 9 boxes.
What the hell is he doing?
9 goes with 7. 7 goes with 2.
June, don't push yourself, alright?
And then this fucker right here. Who was this fucker?
Yes.
That... Baby girl, that's not an answer. Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong.
No, dude.
I'm
you were
fine.
like taking a fucking drug power nap earlier. Like, no.
I think his brain's probably still foggy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he hasn't
Soparel has
woken
no
up
effects
yet.
on memory. Soparel has 0 effects on memory. He gave him a short nod and turned and head to Ace.
Really, none of these fuckers can do a puzzle without Junpei's help.
Uh-huh. Except for Clover. Or not Clover, sorry.
Sure.
Lotus.
Oh, yes.
Lotus can do a puzzle without Junpei's help. She can just hack her way around most of the puzzle.
That's true.
Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat.
What happened?
My vision's gone rather blurry. I think perhaps because of fatigue. I can't see very well for the moment. Although I should mention that this is also not a side effect of Soparel. It is a perfectly safe drug.
What can't you see well?
These damn pictures! Ace held up the cards to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan. I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyphobia.
So that's when you are really scared of Presbyterians.
I was thinking scared of presidents, but Presbyterians is better. Growing old is a difficult thing. He made the best attempt he could at a self-depreciating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn. At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest a bit. Again, this is not a side effect of Soparil. Anyway, take these fuckers. Junpei was confused.
How
How
could
could looking-
simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Junpei, we all have different levels of... we've all got different levels for things.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can't even play Uno without... Ace can't even play Uno. He doesn't know how.
Wait!
What?
Wait.
What's up?
I'm not saying it out loud.
This is I love to hear people just like think about things and like have ideas, and I love the sound of ideas.
Was Ace's
What if
vision really this
I
bad?
have a theory. I have a theory, and if I'm right, I'm gonna be so fucking excited.
Put it in the stream chat in Discord so at least Jacqueline can look at it.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna put it into the Twitch stream.
Oh yeah, put it in the stream
voice
chat.
channel. Text
Okay.
chat.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant. Perfect. But if it wasn't, what made him so uncomfortable? That was what Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier. Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So he can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even the people they're close to.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Now, the one thing that I will say there is, like, fair enough, everyone has really, really different hairstyles.
Oh.
I feel like that should distinguish at least, like, Clover. Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
Normal.
If he really did have prosopagnosia, there's no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much.
It wouldn't.
Still, Junpei felt it was perhaps best to keep Ace's condition to himself for the time being.
Oh well.
Anyway, time to solve puzzle.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes, but where's our third 9?
There's 9 minutes left before the ship sinks, so hurry up.
Oh shit!
Here we
All
go.
9 box lids popped open at once.
Yeah, they
Easy.
opened.
Way better at puzzles than that old man. He peered inside.
What the?
In each box was a single pin.
Nine cards, 9 pins, 9
9
headphone
boxes.
jacks.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
They looked a little bit like snowy needle pins, but much thicker.
I guess I'll take them with me.
Junpei collected them all quickly, shoved them into his pocket. The 9 pins. Alright, well, we know where those go. There's 6 holes here. Looks like the pins I found would be a perfect fit.
Once you found the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Two, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7.
Well, some of them lit up.
Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on.
Well,
Well, I
put
put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 pins on the bottom. Ah, God, Jesus.
You think?
Oh, not me.
You think maybe it's the digital route?
I was just gonna say it was the digital route.
2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. Digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. Digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right?
I see. The lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower parts will light up. So that's how it works. Well, what if I do the digital root of 9 for the top and the bottom?
There's one other thing I'd like to check.
Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. 1, 2, 3 on the top, and 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Oh.
They turned off.
6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21. Digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off.
Oh, okay.
1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns off.
So we have to get all 9 of them.
So yeah, the lights turn on or off based on the root. See, now this is actually a proper puzzle.
This is a real puzzle, because
All
now
right.
we have to do so much math.
Yeah. Want to give it a try?
Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights?
Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? I figure something's gotta happen if we can manage that.
Turn on the lights, huh? Yeah, alright.
Junpei, we know how this works. Alright.
Oh, this is gonna suck ass.
I mean, the
I
good
mean-
news is we don't have to use all the numbers or anything.
Yeah. As long as we just... Yeah. We just gotta make sure that we get the right combination so that we're not repeating numbers multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's see.
Alright, I'm trying to figure out... Oh, okay. If we
Let's
get
start-
if we put in a... No, we need... Yeah, we need 3 that will add up to 10 in order to get 1.
Yep. 1, 4, 5. Right?
1, 4, 5. Yes, that's fine.
Alright. And then let's see, can we add up to 2 as well? Can we do this nice and... Or let's do this pairs like 1 and 8.
We
I think
can.
that might work out nicely.
Yeah, that should work out better.
Yeah, like-
I was gonna say we can get up to 2, but
Mhm.
we can also do 8 if we do 2, 7, 8.
Yes, that should work. Boom.
All right. Now, if we do, hold on. 2, 4, 5.
That makes 2.
And then 1, 7, 8.
Yeah, that'll make 7. Alright, nice.
If we do 3, that means we have to get to 12. 3, 4, 5. Totally fine.
And then to make
And
6...
6 we would want 15.
15.
We could do
1,
1,
6,
6, 8. Ugh, my childhood being really good at adding teens is coming in real handy right now.
Heck yeah.
13. 2, 5, 6?
Yeah. And then we need to add
And
up to
then
14.
And then
3,
if
4,
we
7,
want
right?
14, 3, 4, 7. Yes.
Very
Oh,
nice.
Easy.
Sick. Yeah, easy clap. F. Press F to pay respects for Snake.
Mhm.
God, Rick.
That's my request to chat.
Mhm. Hey, does that mean...
Yeah, we gotta do it again.
Oh shit, no, I don't want to do this. I hate the grid puzzles. All of the straights and the diagonals, the straights. I know what I just said. It's fine. They all
Okay,
have
we've
to add
got
up to
9
9.
F above them.
I don't know what the F mean. I don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing.
What's
What's
that?
that?
This time, there's 9 holes. So we need to insert 9 pens.
Man, that's boring.
Boring.
No, it's
Well, why don't
not.
you just try it, alright?
No.
You're gonna be such a fucking prick about it.
Okay, well, I know what this looks like to me. But I don't want to
I
say
know-
it.
I know what this is. All of the horizontal, vertical, and diagonal lines have to add to the digital root of 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9. It's
Oh.
999. It's got
I don't
9.
think that they can all add up to 9s is the thing.
Well, then it's gonna be 6 because F. Yes, F6.
I should hit F6? I think that'll turn
No,
off
don't
internet
hit
on my
F6.
computer, so I shouldn't do that.
TV.
I
A1.
have this thing where, like,
B2.
I never know when I hit a function button whether it's going to do the function thing or whether it's going to do the other, like, system thing that it's bound to, or whether I need to hold
Yeah.
the function button, because it always seems to switch.
Constantly.
Anyway, let's just try putting some numbers in. Let's see, that adds up to 6.
Sure does.
Can we get to another digital root of 6, though? Because we'd have to get to 2 different... I guess
In order
the
to
thing
get
is,
6,
each number
order to
gets
get
used at
6,
least
you'd
3
have to-
times.
what?
Each number gets used 3 times, at least,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And so we'd have to use a... Sorry, go ahead.
Because what you need to do is either, in the case of 1, 2, 3, you could do 1, 2, 3, or they have to add up to 15.
Yeah. Let's see, so I could do 1, 2, 3, and then, let's see, 15.
5,
we
9.
have- yeah, 5, 9, or, yeah, I guess that is our only option. Or wait, 6, 8 is our other option. 1, 5, 9, 1, 6, 8. But then,
Hold
like,
on, I'm doing quick math.
let's see, 4, 5, 6, 4 would work. And 3, 8, 4 would also work, actually.
9 plus 7 is 16, plus 8 is 24, which gives
now
you
we have
6.
18.
Perfect.
Which is 9, yeah.
So that does not work.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but the 9, 7, 8 does work.
Yep. So it's literally just this one diagonal that's wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting. How do we swap out this one diagonal if that's the only thing that's
Uh-huh.
wrong?
Well, the thing is that you then have to rearrange everything. So my thinking is that either 1, 2, 3 or 1, 5, 9 has to go on a diagonal.
Makes sense,
I
makes
guess
sense.
If we think about this, we need all 3 diagonals to... Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, this is... Let's see. My gut tells me that 5 needs to be in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think it's very funny, actually, that it is just 1, 2, 3. It may just end up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not. But it is very funny that it's that close.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
3,
see.
5, 8 still doesn't work.
Because that's 1 greater. But if we swap the... Is this one lower? The 2, 5, 7? Yeah, that's 14.
That's 14.
But not too
Fucking brute
far.
forcing this puzzle. Don't get me wrong, I love to brute force a puzzle.
See, 1, 5, 9 is 15.
168 is 15. 249 is 15.
168 is 15. Wait, what am I missing here?
Wait, yeah, something's wrong.
Oh, 879 is 24, which is also a digital root, but
Which
I
is
think
a
we can
digital
make
root of
them...
6.
Mhm.
So that one
Yeah.
should be right.
Yeah.
I think we can make them all 15s, though.
Ooh, that's not possible, is it?
Isn't it? I think it
I don't
is.
think it is. Maybe.
Because the sum from 1 to 9 is 45, so we could have each 3 rows add to 15 and it would work.
Oh. Huh, math.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was I wrong in saying that we have to get the digital root of 6?
That, like, sounds right to me. Otherwise, why would there be an F? A, B,
Okay,
C,
no, I
D,
just
E,
wanted to
F.
make sure that I'm not leading us on a merry fucking chase. Chat, don't answer the question.
Been a little bit, but I think I support going for 6.
Mhm. Hmm.
Alright, I'm going to do the thing that I usually do when I'm doing puzzle games.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some paper out.
Oh,
let's-
okay. No,
just
that's
gonna
not what I
start
was
us
going to
over.
do.
I'm curious what you're gonna do.
Oh, I'm hitting a walkthrough, man.
That's fair. That's
Oh.
so fair.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be magic square. We are just going to solve it.
Okay.
And a magic square has the same sum across every diagonal row and column. So you always put a 5 in the middle, and then you put pairs that add up to 10 on either side.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I see.
Pretty sure that's right. And then we also do the other odd numbers, like, let's see, I guess the symmetry doesn't matter. We do a 3 and a 7. And now we just have to place these numbers correctly.
Alright, chat. I have peeked at the walkthrough. And I have
So
now
let's see.
also closed the walkthrough.
So let me logic this here. So we need to place our even numbers now. We know they also have to be in pairs that sum to 10, and we're going to need these outside columns to also add up. So we'll, like, here we have a 1 and a 3, so these two are the smallest. They need the most help to get up to 15. So we'll put our biggest even number there, which puts a 2 on the opposite side. And then we should see 8 plus 3 plus 4 is 15, and 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
So it did have to be specifically 15
Interesting.
Yes.
to digital root to 6. Not just the
Because I'm
digital
pretty
root
sure
of
what we had
6
before,
to
yeah,
be
did have all the
15.
digital roots right. It was just we had a 6 and a 24.
Yeah.
Also, I'm happy to do walkthrough checks in the future if you want to, just for extra spoiler safety or anything.
I am fine with doing walkthroughs because the way that I usually use walkthroughs when I'm doing puzzle games is to be like, am I on the right track?
Totally. I just meant in case one of them says like, and then Snake turned into an alien or some shit.
IGN tends to, I hit one of the IGN walkthroughs and they tend to be pretty good about keeping the story
Cool.
stuff divorced from the walkthrough itself.
Okay, cool.
So I also like, these puzzles are not so difficult for the most part.
No.
Like this
Yeah.
was a moment where I was like, okay, I think we know what we're doing, but something about it is strange. So let me just peek and make sure we're on the right track before we get stuck here for 40 minutes.
I think what we did wrong the first time was we had the odd numbers in the corners,
Yeah.
and the odd numbers had to be in the middles to make it work. Anyway, we did it!
Yay, we did it! I am a huge walkthrough user respecter. If anyone ever says, yeah, I beat this game, but I used a walkthrough for it, I will be like, hell, I fucking power to you.
Absolutely.
I found a really good site once that gave like good like general hints without actually giving specific like answers for hard puzzle games like Baba Is You.
Oh my
Can't
god,
remember
what
Baba
it
Is
was
You,
now.
I've been using a walkthrough for Baba Is You because that shit gets hard.
Yeah,
so
it does. Oh, I'm Santa. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on the top. Sorry, I forgot.
Shit,
Sorry,
let's be
I'm
Santa.
also peeking outside to see if it started snowing here yet.
Ooh.
Any
So
snow?
far, no snow. Oh, fuck me. There we go.
Alright, now we can hit a button.
There we go.
Green button, red button, lever. I wonder what these do.
This might help.
What the hell is
what
this?
the hell is this? What is that? Where'd you find it?
I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. Looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that.
That?
Yeah, that.
Hey guys, what are you talking about?
What is
Oh.
he? Oh.
Machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000.
That's so fucking imaginative as a name. Whatever. So, what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000?
See the coffin over on the top of the crates?
The coffin?
The coffin?
I do
The coffin.
now, Santa.
So you want to know what the deal is with it?
Well, I guess so. Yeah.
You want to check
Hold
it
on a
out?
second. Wait, Jasmine, can I read that one? Can I take that one really quick?
Of course.
You wanna check it out? Toxic yaoi voice.
All right. How do you think we're gonna get there?
Well, there were some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there.
How would we do that?
Line up. Yeah, okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, no, Santa just subscribes heavily to the Socratic school of teaching.
Line up the crates, I guess?
Yeah, that sounds about right. This is like him saying this while he's patting Junpei on the head. That sounds about right. I guess this is just another Zero's puzzles.
I guess it's just another one of the Wily Zero's puzzles.
Yeah.
What if Zero turns out to be Dr. Wily? Fucking.
Oh my god.
Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in.
Oh, good. I'll keep that in mind.
New material's been added to the file screen. Let's look at that real quick. That's not what we need. There we are. Simulate your actions before carrying them out. You can move in 4 directions. You cannot move diagonally. The Pushmaster 5000's move count exceeds its battery life, it will be reset. Cannot lift heavy objects. Alright, seems straightforward enough. Alright. The last thing I
Sure
tried on,
thing.
actually run the device.
Just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? Battery dies after 50 moves.
That's not auspicious at all.
At least that's what it says in the manual.
50 moves, huh?
Also, keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy metal crates, okay?
Got it.
Why did they
I
invent the
also
6000?
love a moving block puzzle.
I sometimes love one, I sometimes hate one.
They're like okay. Yeah.
Single crate is in the way. We'll push up to a single crate. Move them properly and efficiently and fill the yellow areas. Alright. Let's see, so we do need to get all 4.
Okay. Yeah,
See,
okay,
so-
I know.
My immediate thought is just to demonstrate, if we do that, that crate is screwed. So we can't
Yeah,
have
that
put a
crate
crate
is screwed.
there.
So what we need to do is we need to push the 2 leftmost ones in 1. To the right 1.
Should I do the same with the other one? Or wait?
Yes. Yes. I think so.
Where to now?
Oh, I love a hint button. No. Okay, hold on a second. No, we need to reset it.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought I knew how you would do it, but
Let's see. I think because we aren't actually perfectly symmetrical because we have a filled spot there and a empty down here in the
the
top right and
placement
bottom
of
right.
that middle block is killing me right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna mess around a little bit. I do think that you're right. Like that's really our only starting move is either that or the top one.
Yes.
But we can't do both as
Can
we
you
just
push
established.
2 of them?
No. We're only strong enough to push 1.
That sucks ass.
All right, but we can do something like that.
Don't push it up. Or you guys sure push it up.
Yeah, I think this screws it. Yeah, I don't think we can do.
Yep.
I think
Although
this
if I had
puzzle.
pushed this all the way over, I have a
I
theory
just had
here.
the fucking walkthrough open, and I might have to open it again.
Hey, give me a minute here. I like these puzzles.
No,
I take it back.
I'm giving you a minute. I'm giving you a minute.
I think this puzzle holds the record for longest zero escape puzzle that it took my girlfriend to solve. At like
Alright.
maybe 3 hours.
Jesus.
Ooh,
That's
let's
rough,
see.
buddy.
because we can keep going around in a circle kinda now. So I can go up here and push this guy like that.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I think we're okay. I just don't know whether we'll do it in the move limit. Because now that we have it in this nice little cross formation, we can push the bottom one over and then down. Push the right one down and then over. Oh, but how are we gonna get one in there?
Difficult.
The only way to figure it out is by fucking around.
Fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm. Because let's see, the top one is perfectly situated to go into the last slot.
What if?
I think I see it. If we scooch this one that's in the yellow now up 1, then these bottom 2 squares will be a lot easier to get the last 2, the left and right bones crates to get into. Like that.
Already at 30.
Yeah, I know. We are probably going to run out of moves before I get this right.
You might have it here, actually. You might
Uh-huh.
be able to push that in, knock that one down. Maybe.
Yeah. Down 2.
Oh
No.
yeah, shoot.
No, you don't have it anymore.
Yeah, no,
You
we're gonna
lost
run out of
it.
moves.
Can back doesn't send
No,
you
we
back
can't.
a move, right? It just sends you
No,
back
it doesn't.
fully. Okay,
That's okay. I remember how I did the first part.
cool. Epic cross
Boom.
style.
Let's see. And now we bring... I think I was right about what to do with this one.
I think so.
Now bring this one down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just added a move. God bless.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
we're slightly short. Ah, 2 moves short.
God, that's so sad.
Oh. Alright, well, what did I do that was inefficient there? Is there a way to get this spring around the rosy setup faster? Just try doing it going around the other way.
Not a bad call. Not a bad call. That might be it.
Yeah, because now we
Right, 'cause
start
then-
down here.
Yeah.
I think this saves us a few moves. And then do I need to move this one up right now? Yes, I do, because then when we come around and we move the right crate down... I think I'm right.
We can always try it in a different way in the future if it doesn't work out.
Oh, I have a great feeling about this. We're in good shape here.
I think we're golden. We're solid.
I think we got it.
Mhm. Yeah, we're good.
We
Ah.
truly are the Push Masters 5000.
Pushmasters 5000!
I will also let you know I'm 95% sure that's the solution that the walkthrough had.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm gonna
Wait,
feel
the
very smart
minute
for
you
solving
did
a
the
puzzle
reverse-
I solved
The
before.
reverse ring around the rosy, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, that's because I opened up the walkthrough just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did it, and I went, oh, nope, here we go, we got it. Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next?
Be quiet and watch. See? It's moving already. Ain't that a beauty? Look at that, Junpei.
Boom.
Pushmaster
Pre-rendered
5000.
cutscene. Nice.
Awesome. Great,
Now-
now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence.
No fear about the electric fence now. Alright, what the fuck is in this coffin?
Let's find out. God bless.
Is someone going to voice act that, or...?
Jacqueline?
Did it not go through? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
it
thought
didn't, sorry.
Mommy! Just kidding.
Really?
Whatever, just open it.
Okay, okay.
A
That's
small
a
key
gun.
and... A gun?
Cool, we're gonna play fucking Russian roulette.
Yeah,
No,
a revolver.
that's actually in Zero Time Dilemma. Looks pretty old.
I wonder if this is a replica?
This thing is... Are these real bullets? If this is real...
You're not gonna take it?
Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. I've had enough of that. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Also, it kills people. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already.
Suppose you're right. Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other.
Hold on a second.
In that case, we should most certainly leave it here, for I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me.
Me neither.
Okay, we got that figured out, but you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you?
No, I'm gonna take the key. We need to get through that door.
Rusty key. Are we sure we can't have the gun?
Jumpy.
I know, I'll be there in just a minute.
Just contemplating gun.
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 Gun! Gun.
Can I bring my Clover voice back? Hold on a second. Gun!
No, do not let Clover have a gun.
No! No, it's the meme. It's the meme, Zero Escape if Clover had a gun, and it's, the book is huge, and it's, the game of Zero Escape, and then getting the gun away from Clover.
Yay!
You're less wrong than you would think, Mac.
It's like it's open, Jumpy. I mean, I think that's a completely correct read. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that would be how it is.
I'm not going to say there's I'm not going to
Clover gets the fucking gun?
I'm not
No,
going to
it's not.
definitively say that there's a route where Clover gets a gun, but I'm going to say if there was a route where Clover were to get the gun, the rest of the game would be about getting it away from her.
Sick. I mean, I think that if Clover got a gun in this route, we would have some trouble getting it away from her.
Mm-hmm. I see. This key should open this door.
What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Sorry, I need to talk to all of you before we go through the door.
Fucking visual novel protagonists.
Goddamn visual novel bullshit.
You found it!
Yay.
You found it. Oh, you know, you're on the advanced screen.
Oh, so we are. It just naturally takes us there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Long hallway, huh?
Well, let's check it out. This is not silently.
Man, we've been using the phrase check it out a lot today, and that's just messing with me because that's usually a phrase I use with my dog when he's spooked by something.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, well, let's go check it out. Or if he's excited about something, and I'm actually going to indulge him. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be. We've seen this elevator before.
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago. Then we went through the number 6 door. Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yes, and then we went through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started.
Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we can't activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Maybe the elevator just works.
Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. A moment passed.
Damn, it was just an elevator.
Sometimes an elevator is just an elevator.
Sometimes an elevator is just an elevator. It works?
The elevator door opened and eventually shut again.
Think so.
Pushing the button had restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
Backtrack. What should we do now? Should we return to C deck?
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
I agree. Let's go.
I like this team. This is a good
Decision.
team.
They're so like they just do things. They don't bicker too much. They just they strive confidently forward.
Oh yeah, this is a great team. The decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind, continued down the hall. Sometime later.
Looks like it ends here.
Santa, who had been leading the group, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
They checked to make sure.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
Was the door
It
or
was the
nothing?
door or nothing. All right, well, let's open it.
All right, once again we open a door. Oh, we didn't hit ourselves in the face with this one.
It opened inward, not outward. Thank God.
Paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up.
Oh boy.
9.
There it is. The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made with red paint. Its door was set in the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt towards it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Come on, didn't you see the fucking red?
Red sat on the wall, next to the door.
I have an
Wait on
important
it.
question for the people who have played this game before.
Yeah,
What's up?
How close are we to an ending?
I cannot remember.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't
think this
remember
is one
how
of the-
long exactly this route goes on.
Yeah, I think this is one of the longer routes that we've ended up on.
Great.
I think we're pretty much done with puzzles or escape rooms until like maybe one last one for the route. I don't truly remember. Maybe this room's
I
another
love that
puzzle though.
I love that we did the longest one first.
Like legit,
I mean, it's not
I
even
was
that
looking
long.
at
It's just
I was looking at the flowchart of like the different routes we could have ended up on. And this is a wild one to have ended up on first.
Yes.
okay.
This is a fun one. I'm excited
Yeah.
I'm excited to continue.
Like there are several routes that like you can get from a couple different decisions, but we made the exact right set of decisions to end up on this route.
Hold on a second. I have to just just have to say something in a group chat I'm in.
Oh, totally.
Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
We finally
Finally
found it.
it.
Junpei felt overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood, frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
He spun around. Couldn't believe what he saw.
Huh? Another one?
Another one.
That's a coffin.
No, that's a door with the number 9 on
That's
it.
a door
What are
with
you
a
talking
number
about?
9 on it. Yes.
Why?
Junpei's voice was
of
barely
course-
audible, even to
Of
himself.
course Zero would fucking do this.
He stumbled towards the second door as if somehow compelled. It There's a small single door, sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd come from, but on the opposite corner.
It's a 9 no matter how you look at it.
Junpei, have you tried looking at it upside down? You might be shocked.
You could look at it sideways and get like a person lying down, like a stick figure.
You could put it in a mirror and then it's a P.
So
could.
this is a real one? I need to see the schematic of the ship again.
I think I can pull that up if you want.
No, I don't need to see it right now. Just
Okay.
I'm just saying.
We are on C deck, I believe.
That's the
I
central
thought we were on
staircase.
C deck.
That's storage.
Maybe not.
No, it's fine. I don't need to see this right now.
Alright, that's fine.
Ah,
Why the hell are there 2 doors? Because Zero's a sadistic motherfucker. Come on.
there were always 2 doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only 1 door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only 1.
Because that would be kind.
After all, why would there be more than 1?
Jeez. We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people, the digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, for example. The digital root for both teams would be 9. But now we're missing 2 and 9. There are a bunch of combinations that work and they all end up the same way. If one team has digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? That means that we're fucked! The nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. What the fuck?
But you feel like an idiot now, Ninth Man. Oh wait, you're
Jesus
dead.
Christ.
Probably not.
That's how it was meant to be. And now we're fucked. Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only 1 9 door.
Yeah, and you know, the Jigsaw Killer never killed anyone.
But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt. Someone might get killed. Oh no! But eventually they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was. There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other. This is a hilarious revelation to happen in the first route.
Yes.
Oh, you have no idea
Oh,
the
I
revelations
know,
they're
I
gonna get this
know.
first route.
Hey, remember, I played Fate Stay Night. This game was designed for that purpose. This nonary game. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip-up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now. It's still pretty bad, dude!
It's pretty bad. The thought of it sent his chill down his spine.
So, what are we gonna do, Junpei?
A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So, what do we do?
What do you mean?
We need to think about our next step.
Uh,
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, 6. That's a digital root of 6. The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
wait, don't tell me.
Yup, there's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There's only
Wait,
one combination
okay.
of 3 people that would give a digital
Okay, they're
root
gonna
of
tell
9.
us.
1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. That would mean...
No, we gotta go back.
That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed for once.
Wow.
Yep,
I agree, we cannot leave June behind.
This is a very nice team. I'm very pleased.
yeah, I do like them.
Mm-hmm. Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears, and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
I love Santa so much.
Mm-hmm. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. What the fuck? Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Oh,
Lisa's face
right.
here.
Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time.
Yeah,
Santa and Ace smiled.
my cackling laughter is now in character.
It sure is.
Guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say. Very well. Best we head back to C Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, 7, and Lotus will be returned from door 1. Even as they spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
But even with all 7 of us...
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
They all knew it.
Standing around isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
Alright, let's go. Ace looked at the 3 of them, and then turned and headed through the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Santa and June followed. Junpei started towards the door, then stopped.
Come to think of it. What is this room?
It didn't seem terribly important now, but what was it?
We were so focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony. Yeah, dude, there's a fucking coffin on the altar. It's a church. Maybe.
You know, churches all classically put coffins on their altars. Facing
It's
the
like a
nine
vampire
doors.
church.
Yeah, like the Midnight Mass guy. His church would do that. Facing the 9 door was a carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end... Was it an altar, perhaps? Junpei. We know what this shape is. A small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
Is it another gun receptacle? But before
There's a second gun.
But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside.
Right, okay, I'll be right there.
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room.
Hello?
Dot, 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 dot.
Junpei's just, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Ka-chunk. They took the elevator up to C-Deck. Once there, they headed back to the main hall and the central staircase. Didn't take long.
Look, it's...
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy. We got a problem.
Clover is gone. What?
Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and Lotus.
What do you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you? Seven and Lotus responded the best they could. Well, yeah, we went through the door together.
Clover barely spoke to us.
She just, did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And then she shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out. We called for her.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figured she opened that door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but...
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a moment.
When did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
Nope. Finally, Ace spoke up. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern. Very well then. We best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
Quick nods all around and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran from a large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds in the corners.
She's not here.
She isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room.
But that's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew as Junpei did that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
Well, we might as well check, right? Let's go.
There's a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
Good, we can still get in.
Thanks, 7 later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and slipped into the shower room. Stepped into the shower room.
They just slip like cartoon characters, like in a bar of soap, and fly
No
all the
luck.
way in there. Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable, and had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. There's only one way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Let's check the back, just to be sure. Or actually, maybe I'll just check the back.
Jun offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
She's not here.
As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body, lying in a reddish-brown puddle of drying blood.
Snake. Just where did your sister go?
Junpei whispered to what was once Snake. He'd asked rhetorically as though there was no way he'd get an answer. Then he gave a deep sigh.
Such a horrible way to go. The skull's shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted. Huh? Wait.
Bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Ulna.
Bones.
The pieces fell into place.
I
Junpei
was
remembered
gonna
something
say!
Clover had told him in the laboratory.
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. The accident hurt him really bad.
I said this last time, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I did!
At least, maybe off stream, but you did say it.
Yeah, I think you said it off stream.
I think I said off stream. I was like paying attention when they described Snake's body because I knew that he had a fake arm. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was a prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm. Or at least, it had been once. That meant... the corpse.
Jumpy?
That's not Snake!
Jun's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
Do you gonna say anything, Junpei?
No.
Okay.
Junpei and Jun headed back to the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room.
This fucking running footstep police is really funny.
Skitter scatter, skitter scatter, skitter scatter patter. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They reached the stairs when 7 appeared, breathless and yelling. Junpei! Jun! Where were you guys? He was pale, his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
7 drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of fresh air. Clover's dead.
No!
I found her in the first-class bathroom.
God.
No! Shit, I sprinted all the way here.
All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing.
Oh, baby girl, no.
Jun's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. Jun tried to say something again, then her energy was gone and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place.
Clover. Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse. No breath. but she was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, if not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back. Gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover's smile.
Clover.
Our special girl.
Baby girl, no!
And now, Mac, you truly feel the epic highs and lows of reading a visual novel.
Again, I've read Fate Stay Night.
Oh, I know, I'm joking. I was just doing the Archie Andrews. You haven't felt the epic highs and lows of high school football.
Yeah, no, fair.
He would never see her smile again.
No way.
He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
This is always the thing about visual novels that gets me, right? Is I'm always like, what's the best route? And I'm like, there never is one. All of them end up with something happening to a character that I love, that I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom.
So she was murdered, right?
Yeah, very clearly.
Very clearly. Like, there's no way she could have done that to herself.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it was an accident either.
No. A gash but beneath her shoulder blades? Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Are you all right?
It was a dumb question.
Yes, I think so.
It was also a dumb answer. They both knew they were lying. Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back into the bedroom. I will say, I did watch one very good, horror comedy movie, and I won't say which one to not spoil it, where almost all of the deaths are actually truly accidents.
I know the one you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, too.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it for the people watching the stream, but it does happen.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. We have like an hour left, Jude. Can you
Take a
sit?
powered, like a 15-minute nap. Yes.
Power nap. She nodded once, stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse for themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around at the slumped figures gathered there.
Alright, time to announce who done it.
Yeah, we are kind of coming into a parlor scene, Mac. So
Yep.
if you do have... You can wait a little bit longer, I think, but if you would like to make an accusation...
No.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't really have any ideas. I have exactly one idea, and it's the thing that I said in text chat before, and that's not an accusation, that's just a thing that
actually look
I
at
think
this
might be
text chat.
true.
Totally. I absolutely understand.
Alright. Let's go.
Alright.
Can somebody else pick up Lotus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can. I can take Lotus.
Just because if we are getting into a parlor scene, then I want to just fully dedicate to gameplay here.
Absolutely.
Alright. Oof. Alright, who was the first to find the body?
It was me. Seven spoke from behind
Seven,
Junpei.
bud.
He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why'd you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. Soon as I did, I ran outside. Got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. I guess you two hadn't heard me or something, because you didn't show.
Yeah, we were in the shower. That sounded like an innuendo. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, no, we weren't in the shower. We were in an elevator? Wait, no, that's worse.
That's worse.
So I got down the stairs to look for you.
Junpei, we can't take a shower right now. We might get wet.
After that, I guess you know the rest, huh? Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There's only one more thing he needed to ask.
7, there's one more thing I'm worried about.
What's that?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why'd you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you? I did it so the door wouldn't lock. So we could come back to this room. Oh, you think I did it?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
Crying out loud. Ugh. 7 sighed and shook his head. Follow me. There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet? Yeah, we were in here earlier.
7 stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured to a small box. It was a metal cube. He looked at Junpei. This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't get it open when we were getting through this room. Figured there might be something pretty important in there. Couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers were for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door number 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in. Capiche?
Yeah. So
Junpei
did we
nodded.
figure out the numbers for the safe?
I don't
This is
think
in
so.
character Junpei asking, not Mac.
Okay. Well, then that would be answering in character 7. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it. Okay, what a localization.
Yep, typos will always slip through. It is how it is.
Yeah, for sure. It's just always funny.
Oh yeah, it's always funny.
It's the fucking. I'm sorry to keep bringing up Fate Stay Night, but the localization in the original Fate anime from 2006, people die when they are killed.
I have seen that frame, yeah. It was as locked as it had been when 7 found it.
Huh?
There's one change, however.
This is.
Just underneath the safe was a pile of reddish-brown powder.
Rust.
Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means. Has someone opened the safe?
Junpei left the closet. 7 followed him back to the bedroom. We're all very sad in here. It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room.
Ugh.
Junpei turned, headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Those fucking downers.
Maybe there's another clue? Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly
They
as
got
they
a
could.
murder mystery wedged into my fucking death game.
As quickly as they could, they searched around under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The 9th man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case. And then
Quiet.
the body wasn't there. Dun dun dun!
Quietly, he pushed open the door,
Ugh.
and smell hit him like a blow to the face.
No, I guess it was too much to ask. The hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid blood from the base of his stomach churning what little food was there into a violent froth.
I haven't eaten in like 12 hours! Ugh.
It was too much for him, and he threw up. I will not describe the throw up. I'll describe the bodies of the gore, but not the vomit. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't.
He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of flesh lay in an arc around it. He had his intestines all the way out. There was a pool of blood framing it that was half dry, but it was so thick.
Wow!
His glass, even worse, his glasses were broken. Even worse.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's real fucked up. Bloodstains near them had already dried.
Wait,
That was when he noticed.
it's gone.
Hehehe.
His bracelet, it's gone. It was right next to the glasses.
But now... it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice. Huh? Where'd Junpei go? Drifted from the
just
living
got
room.
up for a second.
Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway. Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway? Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something? He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything, and in fact, in a way, that was the problem. Something he expected to find hadn't been there.
What's up?
Oh, well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
Clover.
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip, then fall into the bottom of his stomach.
Ugh.
Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
Oh, damn, I nailed it. What was it you wanted to show me?
Voice was hollow and empty. I searched Clover's body again. Real shame, she was stabbed once in the back, probably a knife or something. And I found... this. As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, knelt down, flipped open her right hand.
What?
She was holding a piece of paper. I haven't actually looked at it yet, don't want to disturb the crime scene, basic stuff. Oh, okay, I did borrow one thing.
Huh?
Wasn't sure what that meant, but didn't matter. The paper was more important.
What did you borrow, Seven? I'm opening it. Whatever. Don't answer.
He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What is that? Some kind of secret code?
Probably makes a little bit more sense in Japanese. That's in character too. Although I think that is also right.
Probably. Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note.
A code.
The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means... You're probably going to see what I chose last time I played this game, so before I reveal the answers. Remember what it means for something to be sinister? Or what a sinister hand would be?
No, I don't actually.
That's the hand you consecrate with the devil, right?
It's your left hand.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I genuinely did not remember that.
Sinister is a term in heraldry. That meant to the left of the bearer of the coat of arms.
Junpei, how do you know that?
The left hand. The left hand. What does the left hand mean? Oh, I know. It's Snake's left hand.
Junpei looked at his own left arm, at the bracelet on his wrist.
Does the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
He examined the bracelet closely.
There's two things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left? Truth is gone. Truth had gone, Junpei. Maybe those two words.
I don't remember whether this was the right answer or not that I chose before.
I mean, gone and trying to figure out what else gone in truth could mean does make sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense.
Not to be led by that, but I'm gonna go with that.
It is kind of the natural answer.
I just feel like doing any of the other backwards stuff isn't gonna get anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, something that's right, and then gone is
Something
someone
that's
has left.
Oh god, I love this game.
Mm-hmm.
I love wordplay, it's great. After all, after someone had left, they were gone. In this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms. I didn't realize you knew that word, Junpei. Then truth is right, and gone is left.
Junpei looked at the bracelet again.
The left and right of the bracelet. Is this the Konami code?
So if I
press them in the following order, which would be, if it's truth had gone, truth had gone, truth had gone.
Mm-hmm. Right, left, right, left, right, left.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then...
One after another, 8 numbers flashed, on then off on the face of Junpei's bracelet.
Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Wait, did it just... I wasn't paying attention to numbers.
Well, we're just sorry, can't play 999 anymore, we're done.
Fuck. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Checked it one more time just to be sure.
Okay, 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Hold on, I gotta write that down.
Mm-hmm. I think that one you might actually legitimately have to write down.
Yeah, I fucking... Here's the thing. When it comes to numbers, 3s, 5s, and 7s are pretty easy for people to remember. 8? Fuck that, man. 1 4 3 8. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. I forgot the fucking 4 in the middle, right? So I was like, okay, 1 4 3 8 3 2 1. No, it's fucking... Ugh. Anyway.
Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either.
I have no idea what they mean.
Besides, he was sure he would forget them in the order they came in if he said anything. 1 4 3 8. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed to the bedroom.
Oh, it's the code for the safe.
Oh shit. I do this shit constant, just like saying the numbers over and over again, horrified I might lose them.
Oh yeah, no, I do this, especially with phone numbers.
Yep. I still remember, like, my high school ID number that I haven't used in, like, 10 years. Before long, he found himself in front of a safe again. The lock was the only device he could think of that would require a sequence of numbers. Besides, someone had opened it at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers of the bracelet had given him. 1, 4. Boom.
It's a long fucking combination. Bingo. I knew it was for this.
Small telltale sound of a lock opening. Grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Is this some sort of note? Is this the instructions for the nonary game?
It was a piece of paper, roughly the size of the one that Clover had been holding.
Let's see.
Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact number 1. The notary game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact number 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Fact number 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO, Gintaro Hongo. Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Jijisaki. Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Teraki Kobuta. And majority shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kagechika Musashido.
It's so weird getting actual names now.
Yeah.
I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. 0. Well, that's a lot.
Sorry. I got pinged in a chat about a movie I watched a few months ago.
Junpei left the closet. Were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. He looked at each of them in turn and then slowly placed his hands in the pocket of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you?
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Why?
There's something I want to be sure of.
What do you want to be sure of?
I will say in Vocative, we did get... This ending is called the safe ending. And we did get it on our first try, but that was not from me or Jacqueline prodding us in any direction, really. We truly let Mac and Wheels, when they were on, make the decisions. And we just kind of stumbled right into it.
Safe ending. Sick. Awesome. I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Wait, then you're saying...
Yeah. I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by attention like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended to not notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room.
Let's fucking go.
Let's
Hercule
go.
Poirot moment.
I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They heard it. It was the bell of the clock in the main staircase. The bell rang 5 times, then ceased.
It's 5 o'clock.
We've
Only got an hour left. We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
I love getting endings that sound like quote unquote safe endings. It sounds like a good ending. I'm putting that in quotes. Because then I'm like, okay, well I know how the good ending goes, so now give me all of the bad ones. I'm good.
I don't know if I would say this is the best ending, but I will say it's a
Well,
required ending. I think it's safe to say that, given all the shit that we've just learned.
I mean, it's also hard to determine what is. Saying what's the best ending is pretty subjective in visual
Mhm.
novels. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But actually,
Absolutely. Sorry.
before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
Junpei stopped in front of door number 3 and turned around.
A7 and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Hmm?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and Seven understood it perfectly. Ugh, fine.
What about you, Ace? Lotus?
Very well.
Sure.
They pressed their palms on the red. Once they'd finished, they stepped away from the door, as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shone from the red's display panel.
I have this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close. You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared.
I knew it.
Just as Junpei expected, it was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. I'm actually going to stop for a second because there is an ad running, and this is a important part of the game.
Cool.
I love a good parlor scene. I love this route where Junpei actually gets to figure things out. And he figures them
Yeah,
out in just
definitely.
about the same pace as you yourself do.
It really... You get some good, like, Junpei, like, he's crafty, he's clever. You know, I like that characterization.
Yeah, he actually gets some, like, characterization that takes him past just being your standard protagonist.
Runa is telling me that 94% of your choices, roughly, lead you away from the safe ending.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we had to pick
Sick.
the exact sequence of doors that we did to get the safe ending.
Sick, love that.
Which
it
was
was
only
incredibly
3
fun
choices,
to watch play out.
but yeah, after the last couple sessions, Jacqueline and I were talking afterwards, just like, how did we end up here? This is a
We're
really
just
weird
that
ending to
fucking
get
good.
first. It's
We're
going to
just that fucking good.
It's going to kind of
is why-
change some red herrings other endings throw at you.
This is why you always let the newbies pick.
Yeah. Well, now I'm excited because I'm like, okay, these are the choices that I would have made in this situation. So now I get to just go absolutely fucking hog wild, which is what I'm doing. Because my good friend Runa, actually, I should play this for a stream sometime, has written a visual novel where the endings are based on like your perception of the events of the story.
That's fun. Yeah.
And so I've just like I got my first ending and then I went, okay, I'm gonna achievement hunt. So I'm just gonna random select things and see what happens.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it rules.
It's great. I'll stream it sometime. It's a pretty quick one, so it might only be one session.
Nice. Oh, you want to say the name of that game for our chat?
Yeah,
Just to-
check out 77 Oleander Avenue. I promise I'm not being paid to plug this game. I'm doing it of my own volition, I promise. It is on Steam, but it is also on itch.
Nice.
It's a great little visual novel. I love it a lot.
All right. With that tangent out of the way,
Yep.
Let's get back to our parlor
Let's keep
scene.
going with our murder mystery.
Yeah, we pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. The door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well. Blah, 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 blah. Looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity plain on their faces. Before long, the other 3 did as well. What was that about?
Should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some answers.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
As long as it's not some dumb card puzzle.
Do you know who I am? That's an
What?
out of left field
What?
question.
What kind of question even is that?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei. Of course, like, who else would you fucking be?
What?
Let's go.
That's the wrong answer? Actually, I'm Santa.
What? But it can't, but how would... Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else was nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly continued. The clothes I'm wearing... Sorry, that's you.
The clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
So you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course not.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? I
You were
even
saying-
have his voice, didn't you know?
If you were Santa, the door number 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 is 19, which is the digital root of 1. But the 4 of us opened door number 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't a 3. Game, set, match.
It's 5, right?
Exactly. I've bested you in mental chess. Only then, when it was too late, did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei.
You're exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist to show everyone his 5.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you.
Pretty terrible trick.
Of course I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was... ridiculous. But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered, if you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that.
Well, maybe I'm just built different.
The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia. Am I right?
Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth. So did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
Except for Lotus.
What's that?
No clue. Prosopagnosia is...
Yeah, I would also probably mention hair color first, Seraph.
I also would have mentioned hair color first.
I feel like he must, like, also be colorblind or something. Lotus began to explain prosopagnosia. Ace glanced at them, then turned back to Junpei and sighed. Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. You've successfully mocked me for having a actual disability. Do you feel good about yourselves? Are you happy?
I think you're getting,
Yeah,
you're getting ahead of yourself, Phoebe.
Ahead of yourself a little bit there. No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Ace's face tightened, his eyes narrowed. What exactly do you mean? Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the beds.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
I really wish I had my soundboard right now. Junpei was aware of 5 eyes on him. 5 pairs of eyes, not 5 eyes. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath. Ridiculous! What evidence could you possibly...
I have 3 pieces of evidence.
Damn.
The first, think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced and continued.
Then you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see, if Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
Come now, I think that's going a bit far. I can
I did have a
understand that
thought
you're
like this.
jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness at something very interesting and lazily began to persistently dig a big bit of wax out of his ear.
What the fuck, dude?
You already... Oh,
You already knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
what on earth? No! I didn't know that. How could I possibly have known that?
Really?
Yeah! Bleeding was not something they'd heard from Ace before.
Huh.
Junpei pulled the piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it into the darkness.
This is a very interesting fucking character detail. Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be evil? Junpei, they call that ableism.
Sure is ableism. No, I'm not that stupid. In fact, I'm not stupid at all.
Then why exactly do you think that's relevant?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you. The corpse in the shower room, it's not Snake's.
What? What?
I love the fucking
Ace's face went
italics
pale.
there. It's great.
The others looked at it, stood in a circle. Missed that line.
I didn't put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was a prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident. But the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Whoa! Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
God, no. No, that's impossible. That's impossible. You're making things up. Ace had started to mutter
Unless
deliriously
Clover
to
was
himself,
lying, but like
shaking
I
his head
don't.
back and forth. It's a weird thing to lie about.
Yeah, it is a really weird thing to lie about. I mean,
Junpei was
I
long
have
past
this thought
caring.
in the back of my head that Snake and Clover aren't actually siblings, but like I don't think that's necessarily relevant here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes are the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up?
Yeah, also, can we grapple with the fact that there's yet another person on this boat?
Yeah,
Or
there's
there
yet
was?
another person on this boat!
Fucking fascinating.
On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait, just 1 minute. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have no motive to kill him. Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least two motives. One, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You didn't want that to happen. So, to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him. 2. Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you. You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you, so you...
Hey, hold on a minute.
For the first time since Junpei had begun to explain, someone else besides Ace spoke.
What's the past that Ace Witten wants to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
The nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. A person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met Junpei's.
It's the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first-class cabin.
Then, suddenly... Give me a break! Ace's face was red and shaking. His voice was full of fury tinged with desperation. That paper's a lie. Someone is trying to frame me. My first assumption
Junpei
would be
didn't
you,
even give his
Junpei.
third piece of evidence yet.
No.
Me. You said me, right?
Junpei's eyes narrowed and the trap began to close.
I love a murder mystery.
It's
Yes.
so good. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off Junpei to something, anything, anyone else.
Wouldn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face as he began to realize what he'd done. His eyes went wide. Very well, I admit to that much. I'm certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kentaro Hongo. So what if I am? It's not like my company did anything illegal or horribly ethically awful. Don't know anything about this notary game nonsense that supposedly took place 9 years ago. Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit.
First time we've ever heard him curse, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are getting into the part of the Phoenix Wright game where you get the new witness breakdown animations. Someone's trying to set me up.
It's such a shame that the soundboard doesn't work because
I know.
we could really use the objection.
Uh-huh. I got fancy new Bluetooth headphones, and, like, it's great for this, but it immediately broke my soundboard.
Fab.
First of all, Ace stammered as he desperately tried to work himself to a more tenable position. Junpei, you're claiming I did all this by myself. Think it over, alright? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not Snake, it was Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
No, you could have.
Huh?
Hmm?
Hmm?
What?
Give me a
Ace's
quick
face was-
second. I do need to plug Prairie Song Cereal in chat really quick.
Do it.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Hey gamers, if you like murder mysteries, you should read Prairie Song, a web serial written by Moonshot's own Marn and her wife Alyssa. Chapter 20 is, listen, you want to read the whole thing, but chapter 20 is a novel-length murder mystery.
Nice.
It's a novel-length locked room murder mystery that you can read without context for the rest of the serial. So consider read Prairie Song. Okay, back to the actual visual novel we're reading right now. Oh, you can find that at prairiesongcereal.com.
Ace's face was tight, his teeth clenched. And now, unlike the last plug, Marn did pay you to do that plug, yes?
No,
I'm joking. I'm
no,
joking.
Martin did not pay me to do that plug.
Ace's face was tight, his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you. Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room? You know, the room that we're in right now?
Actually, I don't, because that's how anesthetic works.
Yeah, back then. I took this.
Junpei put his hand into his pocket. No, you couldn't have! Ace's right hand moved.
Did he actually do this?
Junpei
Okay,
smiled.
I see. He's just a fucking genius. I got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I need to know. You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? Oh, God bless.
I love
this
Junpei.
man. It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it? This boy is so smart. Holy shit.
He really pulls it together here right at the end.
Yeah, he's been smart the whole game, but like this is like real 5D chess. Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet.
Also, I will say, he figured out one trick that Ace is very susceptible to, and now he's done it like 3 times.
Yeah, I mean he's susceptible to it. Milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah. Well, what we didn't know is that Junpei was going to school. He was going to school for detectiving. He was getting his PhD in detectiving.
Yeah.
That was all you needed to open door 3.
The digital roots do indeed work.
That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me. Go ahead, tell me. I don't have the bracelet if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Fucking savage, Junpei. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force, right, Seven?
Be my pleasure.
I love
Seven cracked
so
his
much.
knuckles with the sound of gunfire. Ugh. I can't do a good evil laugh. I'm sorry, Ace. You deserve better. You deserve so much better than me. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with sound that scarcely belonged there. And then it stopped. His arms came down, his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion. Well done, Junpei. As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet. I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the red. I left the room I was supposed to search, headed to the first-class cabin on B deck. His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter. Yeah, this song is a Zero Escape classic. My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the nonary game. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital route. Yes, we know. As you can see, 9 is a very useful number here. With it, one can go anywhere with anyone. It is, I suppose, you could say, a game changer! So I made it. This would be a hell of an episode of Game Changer.
God. It's an escape room episode, but worse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I made it to made for the first class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments. I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used. I quickly pocketed both of them and left. I made my way back to where I was expected to be. That's when I ran into Snake. Well, I guess it was Guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door number 3. When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out, "Snake!" He turned around. He said nothing. His mouth hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep. Perhaps he had been drugged? It wasn't important. I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain the man was Snake. I knew Snake had taken part in the notary game 9 years ago. I think, Carrick, 9 is useful because, like, if you have a group of 3 that can go through a door, the person who's number 9 can join them freely. So, like, whenever we were making those decisions between, like, door number 5 or number 4, or between 7 or 8,
Yeah.
if the 9th man was still around, he could have had his free choice of going through either door and been fine.
Yeah. The other thing that could have happened was there could have been a pair that wanted to go through a door, and the 9th man could go with them in the same way that Ace did this earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been a pair going through a door with the 9th man.
Uh-huh. So, like, every pair of people that adds up to 9 can do similar things, but the the person with the number 9 bracelet can do it on their own, and that's really strong.
It's a really powerful piece. Yeah.
I knew Snake had taken part in the notary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why, then, hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the notary game. But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who he was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me. Regardless, he was a threat. It was better to deal with him sooner rather than later. I had to get rid of him before he took action. With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately. I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of it, then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut. 81 seconds passed. The man inside the door passed away.
Insane way of phrasing that, dude.
Yes.
I didn't kill him. The Zero killed him.
Passed away is so passive.
Yeah,
So
Ham, you'll
this
definitely
is-
want to go back and check the VOD on this because we had the best parlor scene here.
This is peak like CEO talk.
Uh-huh.
It genuinely is.
After that,
Also,
I returned
I
to
just
my
wanna
post. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I love his expression here so
Oh, it's
much.
so
It's
good,
so
yeah.
like it's like a
so
jump
wild.
scare.
Uh-huh.
He looks like a fucking mafia boss or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh. He also kind of looks a bit like, Komeda.
I
God
A
damn
little
it.
bit.
I
Just a little
understand.
bit. Just a little
Just a
bit.
little bit, but yeah.
Just this expression. After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang. Ace's eyes were cold, his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glanced at Ace. Due to a regrettable middle management decision, Guy X has left the company. He took a deep breath, thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed, then spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yeah.
What? Why the fuck did you kill her?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible she told her something. He had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she'd gone through door number 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Well, why don't you go through door number 1 for yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Dude, we only have like a half an hour left.
Yeah, Lotus and I went through door number 1 too. We
We
didn't,
didn't
see
see
shit.
anything suspicious.
Yes, I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it.
Ouch.
Yeah, Clover is dead, Ham. She disappeared and showed up stabbed, and we have now discovered that yes, it was Ace.
Stabbed in the back.
Stabbed in the back. RSVP Clover. But perhaps Clover was built different. Perhaps she found it.
Built different.
I was therefore desperate to find her. And at last I did in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly. Did you see it?
I
See
can do
what?
Clover.
Oh, sorry.
I can do Clover since Junpei's not.
Don't
gonna
act
be
as though
talking
you don't
to me.
understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Very well. By the
Uh,
way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you happen to take a look at the Midnight Man's corpse? I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
No.
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way. You aren't going anywhere. Caught her by the collar, she
Fucking
passed.
insane shit,
Threw her
dude.
to the floor hard. You're staying here.
No. No.
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run. Don't you run, little girl.
Is that what he just fucking said? Oof.
And then stab, stab, death, death, stab, stab, death, death. You can imagine the rest. That's how I killed her. His faith hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse, or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show. You son of a bitch! Seven's whole body trembled with rage, his voice rumbled with hate. Everyone else was silently angry. Santa's eyes were
Yeah,
bloodthirsty.
Santa would
Lotus and
be
June's
pissed.
faces were distorted with anger and hatred.
Santa would be pissed.
Yeah.
Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed. I admit, I've lost. I have completely lost, utterly and completely. But don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you. I lost to Zero, not to you. I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. I'm simply not owned.
I think he's saying he is owned here, actually.
I'm not
I've
owned by
been
Junpei,
owned, I'll
though.
admit it. Oh, okay.
I was owned, but not by you, Junpei. I look a fool, and it was a trap, make no mistake. But not a trap that you set, Junpei. No, Zero. I will never admit weakness to you, Junpei.
Oh, shit!
What's up?
Oh, I know who Zero is.
Okay.
The man I killed in the shower room. If he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was. But he was wearing Snake's clothes, and that was no coincidence. He had been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself. Or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the Reds before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned for all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would kill Snake. Everything. Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he'd found in the safe. He remembered the last words Zero had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. The innocent souls might be saved, I know. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. And he remembered other words he'd heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace. Santa. June. 7. Lotus.
Zero is one of us? No, wait. There's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero. That's what I just was saying. That was what I just went.
It's definitely the... Like, once you
It's
realize
the
that it's not
prevailing
Snake's
theory.
body, yeah, it's a pretty good theory.
Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? Well, I don't think he's laughing at you. I think he's laughing at Ace. If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else.
Is he even blind?
Is he watching us? Damn, you know, the theory that I put in text chat, I was, like, kind of... I wasn't half right, but I had the right idea about the body swapping.
Yeah. Alright, well,
So,
go ahead.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, and yeah, coming up with the theories along the way is the entire fun of these games.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just, yeah.
I've got to write down some more of my theories. I have all my theories from when we did the final route of Fate Stay Night written down, and like notes on when they were proven or disproven. over the course of that route, and it's the best part. Anyway, we can keep going.
We've certainly gotten an info dump today, sure, have we?
Yep.
This isn't even the wildest info dump this game. I think this game has maybe not a wilder, but a longer info dump at one point. And this series had some wilder ones. Alright, well, I finished my confession. Should we get moving? He sounded as though he's just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch. We're gonna leave your ass here to rot.
Why? Because I killed Clover? Are you still mad about that? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch? She was nothing to you, a stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong? What, are you supposed to, feel bad about the death of a stranger or something? You bastard! Seven roared and lifted a fist that likely would have shattered Ace's jaw. But someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped towards Ace, raised a fist of her own.
Fuck
drove
yeah,
it
Lotus.
straight into his nose.
Let's go.
Woo!
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you? I confess I rather like tough women.
Fuck off, asshole.
He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
But before that, let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus's back up against him. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. It was a gun. The revolver.
Oh my god, her boobs are escaping.
They're out. They're falling out.
I mean, they were never not falling out this entire game, poor girl.
Yeah,
they're scared of dying. They're trying to leave.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of here before this body dies.
So, I want to say, is this how are we feeling? Is this a good cliffhanger? If
this
there's
is
another
a good cliffhanger, probably.
if there's another
how much is left in this route though?
I think
let's say there's
still a
like an
good portion
hour and a
left.
half to 2 hours.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I think there's.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna finish it tonight.
I was gonna say, if we're really close to the end, then there's no reason to stop. But if we've got that much to go, fuck.
Yeah.
Check really quickly.
Yeah,
I'll take 5 seconds to check.
Yeah,
but,
please go check. But I have a feeling we're going to call it here.
999. Let's play. Let's see. Okay, fucking. Can I get commentary-less?
I'm
Nope.
sitting here like shaking my screen, like I don't want to go. What do you mean I have to wait until next week to find out the end of this route?
Well, you know it's called safe, so I'm sure no one else is gonna die.
Well, no.
So,
Well, I'm sitting here looking at this going, well, obviously he is going to take her hostage because 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 9 is 18, which is 9, so... Yeah, if he was gonna take anyone, it was gonna be Lotus.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost got it. Yes, okay, sorry, I had to find it. It's about... let's see. We've got... That's the 28-minute mark. Oh, it looks like we have about an hour left.
Yeah, then let's call it here, because that'll take more like an hour and a half with us going off on tangents and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I will say is mostly my fault.
No, hi, we're all here.
We're all here.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to steal your valor. Yeah.
This will be an exciting screen to start on next time, though.
Jesus Christ.
If
dude.
Wheels is back next week, there's gonna be some fun explaining to do.
I can't wait. Holy
All right.
shit.
Yeah, this was certainly a fun route to do first.
Yeah.
Mystery, suspense? No, we're just gonna figure it all out.
Yeah, we got it.
Don't get me wrong,
we got it.
there's still a lot to figure out, but like...
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know.
Any different character? Maybe a least favorite character at this point?
Well, I like the way that his character's written,
Yes.
is the thing. It's great writing for the character.
Yeah, and, I
Like-
feel like he's right about a lot of things,
No.
Gentaro Hongo did nothing wrong?
No.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even
No.
kill Snake. What are we mad at him for?
He did kill Clover.
He did
How do we
kill
know that
Clover.
isn't...
Very much killed Clover.
How do we know that wasn't another, face blindness mix-up?
No, I do really appreciate a good, well-rounded villain and a, we'll call it a third act twist.
Oh yeah, this is very much a
Because
third act twist.
we did get told that CEO of a pharmaceuticals company tidbit.
Uh-huh.
So, and there was seeds planted. Like, I think at one point I was looking at Ace going, "This is sus, dude."
Uh-huh.
And I kind of did have a hunch that, like, just because the ninth man is dead or whatever, like, doesn't mean that you didn't need to have a living body in order to still use the bracelet.
Yeah, it would be interesting if the game immediately took out the number 9 bracelet from the game called 999 and never used it again.
Yeah, literally.
Which is kind of what you think for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel
But
like,
like I said
I remember
before,
being
like-
mad my first playthrough, being like, why can't I go back and grab that bracelet? That would be really useful.
Yeah, because it's a visual novel and your inventory is only per room. But yeah, no, I was just saying because Bruna asked me in DMs about my opinions on Ace, and I was like, well, I dislike him, but I like the character.
Yeah.
I like the writing of the character. It's good.
This, like, shitty CEO guy who really doesn't care at all about other people. Like...
But acts like he does from the beginning. Like, that's one of the reasons why she was like, it's like, so how's your opinion changed? Because at the beginning I was like, yeah, this guy's great. I like him a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad when he dies because I expected him to die early. I literally just said, I was like, man, he should have fucking died.
Yeah, your
who-
prediction at the end of the
who
first
was it?
stream was that Snake was going to kill Ace if someone was going to kill someone.
Yeah, I think, did I say Snake was going to kill Ace?
Yes.
I know
If
I
you-
at least said that Ace was going to die first.
You said Snake was... It was like, if someone's gonna kill someone, it's gonna be Snake. If someone's gonna die, it's gonna be Ace.
Hysterical. Exact inverse of what happened.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was we were certainly cackling about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
were.
I believe that.
Let's see, I do have one question for you at the end of the stream, Mac, which I feel like has a pretty obvious answer right now, but I still want to put it on the record. Who would you guess Zero is?
Oh, it's definitely Snake, right?
I mean, that is a very good guess, is what I will
Yeah.
say.
I will say that the Nonary game being set up in a way where it was designed that everyone could escape, while specifically laying a trap for the people who caused harm in the last one, is very deliberate storytelling for me.
Oh, yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
That's the reason I think, that's my reasoning why Snake is Zero in this
That's good reasoning.
particular case.
Yeah,
Or
no,
at
I
least
like that.
someone who is involved in the original Nonary game, because
I think
that's
that is
very
pretty safe
deliberate.
to assume, yeah.
Well, it's really interesting. We got the like idea that there was a first Nonary game a fucking hour ago. Like that's wild that dropped.
I feel like in other routes we get that, like, or at least we get ideas towards that. That there was a prior Nonary game?
We could have.
I had that idea from the very beginning, but that's probably because I played The World Ends With You.
Of course.
So I just assumed that death games recur.
Yeah.
Actually, I've
And-
not played it, but I've watched Let's Play of it.
Yes. Well, it turns out they do. You're completely right.
Yeah. Someday
So,
someone's gonna have
yeah.
to break the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to be us
Ace is
because
well
the...
written, but could not hang. Sylvia, you're so right.
Yeah, you're extremely right. Alright, I think on that note, unless anyone else has something they want to say at the end of the stream, we will sign off.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Read Prairie Song. Read Prairie Song, play 77 Oleander